Hey babes, hello, 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 happy day. Okay, so now that the Kylie Rodney case has basically played itself out and we have a full story, I wanted to go back to the beginning. There is one main thing I need to point out that proves to me that Kylie's friends are very guilty, in my opinion, allegedly. Before we get into that, I want to show you the very first video I ever did for Kylie Rodney. And it's called Kylie Rodney Round 1. Okay. Hold on. There you go. Be careful. All right, here we go.
Feels that she's safe. So that's why we came here today, because I wanted to look around for myself, because I haven't been here yet.
Pause. Okay, that was a huge red flag for me. And why? Because, okay, first of all,
Feels that she's safe.
I feel that she's safe. That's manipulation. Okay, and I'll get back to that. And then he says,
So that's why we came here today, because I wanted to look.
we came here today, and she looks down and to the side, and so does he. I think that these two are messing around together, okay? Pause. Now, this is important only to show you how their minds think, okay? Just keep that in mind. Here we go.
Myself, because I haven't been here yet.
Because I haven't been here yet. Displacement. So if I was to manipulate you, right? And you say my child's missing and I think you did it. You know, you think this in your head, you don't say this. But let's just say I killed somebody and you think I did it. The first thing I would say as a manipulator would be, oh, I think she's perfectly fine though. So when you find her dead, you're like, well, they thought she was fine, so they don't have nothing to do with it. Do you understand? Reverse psychology. Keep going. You following me? And then the displacement. I wasn't here. I haven't been here yet. Displacement. So that was big to me when I first heard the first 6 seconds. Are you kidding me?
It is an interview you will only see here on Fox 40 News. The boyfriend of missing teen Kiely wrote,
Westfall has heard from her. He says they exchanged text messages before she left for a senior farewell party at the Prosser family campground, the last place anyone so far has reported seeing her.
Okay, so that's a key, right? The key is, excuse me, the key is that the last place Kiely was seen was at the party. Okay, now they're about to basically say, I don't know when, but that's where I'm trying to get to, that they took the camera people, the news people, to Reno to look for her. And I said, this is the very first thing I've ever seen on Kiely, and I didn't know what was going on yet. And I said, I feel like she's the complete opposite direction from where they just took her. And that is a key. And who, when it comes together. Now, I've said all this before, but I guess nobody heard it. So hopefully somebody hears it this time. So he's trying to claim, as her boyfriend, she texted him to let him know she's going to a party. If I'm going to a party, I need to call my man. Hold on. Let's just see if we can find that one specific part. Please bear with me. Okay, I think I found it.
I would have noticed if something was slightly off.
While law enforcement, including the FBI, continue their search in and around the Prosser campground and reservoir, Jagger, Kate, and another friend went to Reno to search for themselves for Kiely. Only Fox 4.
Did you hear that? So everybody's looking for Kiely in Placer. But not them. They're all the way in Reno doing interviews in Reno. They took the interview people, the news people, all the way to Reno to do the interview. It's very, very displacement. Okay. So now let's get to the original video that I wanted to go over, and it's in the very first few seconds of the video. Now, there is one main part that I can't find but I know it happened. So if you remember it happening, please, 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 in the comments, just put I remember, okay? Okay, so this is when the video that AWP put out for Kiely. And you got to listen closely.
Search for Kiely began.
She had a guy with her. She was asking me really weird questions, like in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt?
Now we know we probably have it tied to Boca.
Boom. Did you hear it?
The search and rescue.
The Nevada County Sheriff Coroner.
The search for Kiely began.
She had a guy with her. She was asking me really weird questions, like in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt?
Now we know we probably have it tied to Boca.
To Boca. Okay? So now, let's rewind, fast forward, whatever it is. Originally, the statement that AWP put out was we were searching for Kiely in Boca. Okay? That was what they told the public. Okay? What they did not tell the public was they left Boca and they went back to Placer. And that's when they found Kiely. Okay? So when they put out the statement, we found Kiely, what was Jagger's first response on social media? They didn't find her. They didn't find her. It's a lie. They didn't find her. Do you remember that? Please, I'll give you a minute to write, I remember. Just in case somebody's seeing this that don't know the case of Kiely Rodni, just so that they can have their proof, because I don't have the screenshot of it. If you have the screenshot, send it to me, please. But his first words to social media, him and Samantha Smith, okay, their first words, not allegedly, facts, were, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought, looking at Kit Kat, was, they didn't find her, it's a lie. They didn't find her, it's a lie. They didn't find her, it's a lie. Well, how do you know it's a lie if you weren't there and you don't know what happened, right? But my thing is, in their brain, social media told them AWP was in Boca. Okay? Now they're good at not just manipulation, but reverse psychology. Okay? So their subconscious came out for that hot moment. And they're like, no, they didn't. They didn't find her. Why? Because they knew she wasn't in Boca. And the last thing they heard through social media was that AWP was searching for her in Boca. But what they didn't tell the public was they left Boca and went to Placer. Okay? So, this is huge. You know, we're not even going to speak on the fact that Jagger thought he was in charge of the investigation. Okay? This shows me typical narcissistic movements, manipulation, reverse psychology. It's all tied in together. Okay? So, I don't know why nobody ever spoke on this. I mentioned it once and nobody really heard me. But this shows me that they knew Kiely was in Placer because they knew she wasn't in Boca. How do you know they didn't find her in Boca? Because you knew she was in Placer. Why would it be a lie that they found her? Huh? Unless you had knowledge of where she was. I think it was the perfect setup. I do. I'm so glad that AWP didn't put out, hey, we're going to stop searching in Boca and we're just going to go straight back to Placer. Because that's what these kids did from the beginning. And I showed you that very first interview. It was the very first time I heard Kiely's case. I knew nothing about what was going on. And in that video, if you watch it, round 1, okay, I literally say, I feel like he took them all the way to Reno because he knew, what? That she was back in Placer. Again, their subconscious is leaking. Leaking a lot of goo. But thank goodness not everybody's brain is shot. I can pick it up And you can pick it up now, right? So, biggest red flag that says these friends are guilty is that their subconscious knew she wasn't in Boca. See, AWP tripped them up. They tripped them up and they didn't even realize it. They thought they were outsmarting everybody. But they're not that smart. Why? Because the subconscious, when you're lying, it leaks. You did it? Did they get you? Try again. It's okay. So yeah. Tell me what your thoughts about this and we'll ask. Maybe we'll just ask Spirit. We'll ask Kiely herself.